Okay guys, what's good? So I'm back with another video, and this one is gonna be about how I overcame a very low part in my life. And what inspired me to make this video is the fact that my nails are growing because I noticed that when I'm really stressed and when I'm just not in good health at all, my nails would not grow, which is weird. But I mean, that's just one thing that I've noticed. Like, your body will tell you whether you're good or whether you're not good. Looking at my nails this month, and they're doing fine. I cut them like probably 2-3 weeks ago, and they're already grown back out. But back in November, they were like this length for the whole entire month, and I didn't notice that until they started to grow again, like at the beginning of December. So I've only had like two very low parts in my life, and one was when I was like 11 and we moved from one state that I've lived in my pretty much my whole life to another state on a completely different part of the United States. And then another point was recently back in November when I was just like stressed to the max, and I don't know, like everything was just falling apart. I had gotten into a car accident, I lost my car, and then I had to decide whether I wanted to keep my job because it's a 45-minute commute from where I live. And so I was just really, and then on top of that, I was in school and about to start studying for finals and helping people, manage, like helping my mom finish her whatever she got going on back in the States, and then having to pay my own bills and everything like that. So it just got really hard for me to cope for the most part, because basically I was working 30-hour weeks with 16 hours of class credits, and then I had to cut down to 15-hour weeks basically. So it's like my pay got cut in half, my work time got cut in half, and I was just really stressed. And then I didn't even have a car to get back and forth to work, so I was just like, I already have to cut my work time in half, and I can barely be making it to this half work time that I'm even working. Over that whole low point, it was the most I've ever cried in one small period of time over the same thing. It was just like every single week I was stressed and I was sad about the same thing, and it was so tiring and it was so draining, and like the people around me were like, I've never seen you just so sad. Like, I wasn't angry that I got into an accident, that I got a ticket for hydroplaning. Like, I wasn't angry about none of that. I was just really sad, and I was just like, well, I really don't know, like, what is life? You know what I mean? Like, I didn't know what life was, like, what was the purpose, what was the meaning, like, what was the answer to all of this? Why did all of this happen? And so just a way I got through that was, of course, with my support system, my sister and everybody else that's around me was just, giving me little, I guess, encouraging words. But I mean, they can only do so much that I let them do, because I didn't really tell everybody that I was going through this, which is a bad thing. If you're going through something, you just need to find somebody that you know is going to support you and help you bring you out of that, and you need to talk to them. Like, you need to talk to somebody. It doesn't have to be somebody that you know. It could be a therapist, a psychiatrist, a psychologist, whatever. Like, you need to talk to somebody, because we can't all do it by ourselves. And another way was just, I don't know, like, it was just one day I just told myself, I was like, I'm tired of feeling sad. Like, I'm really tired of waking up every day feeling the same exact way. I don't know how people do it all the time. I was just so tired of it, and I was tired of hearing people tell me, oh, you look sad, or oh, what's wrong, or this is the saddest I ever seen you. I was tired of people telling me, oh, stop stressing and all that kind of thing. And I was just like, okay, well, I don't want to stress anymore. I don't want to look sad anymore. I don't want to be sad anymore. I was tired of crying, and I was tired of telling people I was crying, and I was tired of having to have talks with my mom for guidance and all that kind of thing. Like, I mean, all those things is good, but at the same time, I was like, I'm tired of it. Like, why can't I just get my shit together? And so that's just when I got it together. I just picked myself up one day, and I was like, I'm going to make a change. Like, just picked myself up And I looked at myself in the mirror and I was just like, this is the last day that you're going to be sad about this particular thing. Like, this whole situation happened for a reason. Okay, ground yourself in that reason. Figure out why this is happening and what's supposed to learn from this. Like, how is it supposed to make me better? Because I feel everything that happens to us in life is meant to make us better in one way or another. Excuse me, whether by breaking us down so that we can learn how to build ourselves back up, or by building us up. So when all my stress started to melt away, and that's actually when everything started to come together. Like, bills started to get paid, you know, my managers at work were so understanding, and people at work were offering me, you know, if I had to like spend the night at their house because of the commute and all that kind of things. Like, you know, everything started to line back up and get back into place how it's supposed to be once I made the decision to stop being like semi-depressed, I guess. I never said I was depressed because I would still be depressed. I never claimed that, and I never spoke it, because what you speak is what you hear is what you believe, and what you believe is how you feel. So I never said, oh, I'm so depressed. I did say, I'm just so sad. Like, I'm just really sad. I'm just tired of it. I'm just stressed. I did say those things because I was. But once I stopped saying those things, and once I picked myself up, and I was just like, okay, I'm not stressed. I'm not sad. I'm not going to cry. You know, this doesn't bother me anymore. It's going to be okay. Somehow it's going to work out. And I'm tired of looking for how it's going to work out. I'm just going to let it work out. Once I did that was when, you know, November ended, basically. Because once I did that, November was, you know, before I knew it, it was Thanksgiving time. And I was having fun. I was working as well. But I was making holiday pay, you know what I mean? Like, I used that paycheck to pay rent and stuff like that. So, and then I got like a refund from my car being totaled and all that kind of stuff. So everything started to come together, and my November started to end. So, I mean, I don't know. This is just like a little short video to whoever. I don't know who this is meant for, or who's going to watch it, or who it's going to touch. But I know that somebody out there somewhere just needed to hear, like, if you're going through something and you're still there, but you don't want to be there, it's because you're not trying to get out. You know, like, none of us want to be depressed. But if we're depressed and we don't, you can pull yourself out of depression. You can pull yourself out of a low point in your life. You can pull yourself out of danger. You can pull yourself out of a bad relationship. You can pull yourself out of wherever you do not want to be. People do it every day. People leave your life every day. People come into your life every day, because we do what we want to do. So if you don't want to be where you are, change where you are. If you don't want to feel how you're feeling right now, then just change how you feel. Like, nobody can do it for you. Although you may go to that psychiatrist or that psychologist or that therapist, for anybody that's ever been to therapy, they can support the notion that a therapist doesn't make you change. They make you realize that you have to change. And they get it to a point where they make you say that you have to change. Because once it comes out of your mouth, then you're going to feel like, okay, I need to change. You know what I mean? So yeah, you know, I'm no professional, but that was just from my personal experience. And now I can cut my nails because I can't operate my phone with these nails. But I just wanted to keep them as like an analogy and like an example. Your body will tell you how you're feeling, and then listen to that. I didn't know how stressed I was, until I looked at my nails and saw that it didn't grow for a month. And until I looked at my hair and saw that it was thin and limp. And now it's you know, my edges grew back and stuff. Everything is thickened out now. My nails are growing, and I'm back in good health because I'm not stressed anymore. But anyway, thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.